Welcome back, or if it's your first time here, thank you so much for checking out Galadon Gaming today. Yes, how to beat the Lava Hound. This has been my arch nemesis, absolutely just wrecking me left and right, and I feel like I'm finally getting a bit of a rhythm on defeating the Lava Hound based decks. Now, this guy's got the Lava Hound and the Inferno Dragon. Sometimes you will see the Lava Hound with the regular dragon, Lava Hound with the Mega Minion. In any case, the key right here is, of course, not just the Hound itself, but the pups, and rotating around, as I have to do right here, to get to the Inferno Tower. Now, I don't have it down, but I've got to get that Inferno Tower in here. Going to go ahead and use the Fireball to damage everybody else. The Inferno Tower finally is going to show up, and this is not going to be a great example to start off the video. A lot of this because I couldn't get around to the Inferno Tower in time. That left tower going to take quite a bit of damage from the lava pups before we can get it out of the way. But luckily the Inferno Dragon never locks on, and that of course is key. Keeping the Inferno Dragon from locking onto your tower, which would be absolutely devastating. So we move on. 2 minutes remaining. I've got the furnace bleeding those ice spirits down the right lane. So as you can see, even though I was really focused on defending, I've gotten a lot of hit points off that right lane in the meantime because my opponent not doing anything to stop the push over there. And that miner a little bit late. Had he been in there earlier, he lets both fire spirits get to the tower. Okay, this time I've got to try to get around to the Inferno Tower again. Here it goes, just barely going to get it down. And this is what I tell you. With this deck, I really feel like the Skeleton Army is one of the big keys. To have that Skeleton Army on the ground, even if it's all these air units, it is going to slow them down, distract them, keep them from getting to your tower. Primarily, the Skeleton Army is going to stop three things: the Lava Pups, the Mega Minion, and the Dragon or Inferno Dragon. Okay, that's four, I realize that. But what I'm saying is, it's all of those little units that are going to take your opponent much longer to get out of the way that help prevent him from getting all of that little bitty damage at a time, especially with the Lava Pups on your tower. Now here I've had a chance to get a pretty good push going, but of course he's got the Lava Hound coming down again. So I throw down the Skeleton Army first just to get around to the Inferno Tower. You'll see they're going to help slow down everything else, and usually that is enough to buy me the time that I need, the stalling time to keep all of those units from converging on my tower. And there you see, this cycle went much better than the first. In the meantime, check out his right tower doing a lot of damage over there, and a guard gets the job done. Now it's just a matter of holding on to that 1-0 lead. I've got a full health furnace right there in the way. I've got the Inferno Tower up, Fireball on those units on the right-hand side, so that Mega Minion, never an issue, and last 10 seconds, nothing going to happen, and I'm going to grab another tournament challenge win using this lovely deck. I love this deck, and now it is beating the Lava Hound meta. So I don't know, I had some difficulty with it early, and I used to talk about in my streams, oh, the Lava Hound, that's the deck that destroys my deck, but so many people were going to it, I guess I've gotten practice. Alright, so let's move on, and this time we've got Moneymaker, and he's got the Lava Hound, Mega Minion, and Inferno Dragon, along with a Tombstone, which can be a pretty powerful counter to the furnace. It kind of gets in the way and prevents that furnace from getting those fire spirits dripping in. Also, the princess, very annoying. Got to get her out of the way, so I do it with a miner. She goes down, and the Skeleton Army trying to get there, and not quite getting there. There is the Fireball, and check it out. Just a few of them do land on the tower, and all that damage so fast. Such a big push early on. Half of that tower is down, and the Mega Minion is out of the way. So he's going to go ahead and start with his first Lava Hound push down the left-hand side. Of course, at this point, I haven't seen the Lava Hound, so I'm kind of wondering what's coming with the Inferno Dragon. There it is. Luckily, I had the Inferno ready, but notice the Inferno Dragon going straight for the tower. Guards, a great distraction. They are going to be more than enough to slow him down, turn him around. I actually threw a miner in there. That might have been necessary, might not. Maybe a little bit of overkill. The log works out, gets the princess out of the way. You can see the Inferno Dragon only locked on for just a second, and a thanks from my opponent. So I don't know what that was, but we're going to give him the thumbs up as we go into the next cycle. 1:40 remaining, and check it out. His right-hand tower just about down to 1,000 hit points. So the thing about these Lava Hound decks is they're so demanding on Elixir. Opponents usually so focused on offense that sometimes you can sneak in damage on defense, and that is exactly what I am planning to do. dropping another furnace down, just slowly dripping those fire spirits over to the right-hand side, getting to that tower. One fire spirit at a time is all it takes to eventually take that tower down. There goes the Inferno, pretty far off to the right, trying to pull the Lava Hound over. This time, the Skeleton Army going to do a fantastic job of not only distracting the Inferno Dragon, but also most of the Lava Pups. And again, the Inferno Dragon really harmless right there. The Mega Minion goes down too, and surprisingly, a lot of success. I throw the Miner in on the right-hand side, and as you can see, really only counting now, because I had gotten that tower down to about 1,000 hit points, only counting on the Miner's chip damage. I don't need another big giant push, especially with the furnace still dripping fire spirits over there. Now I've got a furnace going right and a furnace going left. That's going to help out. Inferno Tower goes down, and that time a lightning spell is going to make life a little bit harder for me. Again, the Skeleton Army, now he's got the trio, he's got the air trifecta, and you can see almost everybody once again goes down. This time the guards pulling double duty. They're going to distract the Inferno Tower and take that Miner down. The log rolls through, and pretty much harmlessly, everybody else goes down again. Another Miner goes down on the right-hand side, and the Princess, although she's trying to help, it's not going to be enough. The Miner gets it down to 240, and as time runs out, we know it's just a matter of a couple more shots. A log, there it is, and now we just have to throw the fireball, and this game is over. So we held him off, and he throws me a thanks. I didn't BM. I'm a nice guy. I will BM Expo users, I gotta say, and maybe it's a personal weakness of mine, I admit it. But there is another win against the Lava Hound Inferno Dragon deck. Alright, so we're having some luck, we're winning some more challenges, and we're going to try another replay where I face another Lava Hound deck, and this time the guy's got 3 legendary cards. He's got the Miner, the Lava Hound, and he's got the Ice Wizard as well. The Tombstone, again, very popular. And you'll notice my opening hand, absolutely terrible. This is just about the worst. It's all spells, and of course the Inferno Tower, not what I want to have. So I really, in a case like that, I will wait and see where my opponent is starting. Sure enough, he starts with the Lava Hound right away, and he's got the Miner and the minions in there to try to get the Inferno Tower down before the Lava Hound ever arrives, and he pretty much gets the job done. So I'm not feeling so good. The pucker factor is high right now, as I've lost my main counter to that Lava Hound, just trying to grind down the damage on the Lava Hound and get ready with a fireball to take down the Lava Pups. As soon as it pops, oh man, okay, so that was not so hot. That was not a pro reaction. Didn't work out so well, but not too bad. I'll give myself some credit. The tower is still over 2,000, at least until the Miner gets there. So the log trying to stall things a little bit on the left-hand side. The Miner's going to get a couple hundred hit points off. The Skarmy gets in there once again, trying to move on. They're not going to do much on the tower. They get wiped out by the Tombstone and the minions. But again, I haven't made any inroads into his towers yet. I'm mostly just focused on defense here. But you'll notice that I know he's coming down the left lane. He's got a hit point advantage in the left lane, so that's why I dropped the Furnace that's going to bleed those Fire Spirits off on the left. Now right there, that is good timing. That is ideal timing of the Miner just ahead of the Fire Spirits. Little pat on the back, Galley, as we get both Fire Spirits onto the tower. And these next Fire Spirits doing a great job of damaging the incoming air units. Really, all we need to do is get a little bit of damage on that Mega Minion, and the tower's going to finish it off. They're more than enough. The Inferno Tower, check it out, bringing all the way over to the right the Lava Hound. Now both towers can work on the Lava Pups. That works out well. The Miner goes down. Going to go ahead and counter it with another Skeleton Army, and final minute, things looking okay. We've made some damage progress on the left-hand tower. We've got another Miner in there trying to get the other miscellaneous units. But of course, the Tombstone not making it easy. Here come the Fire Spirits from the Furnace once again. That was what we needed to get that Mega Minion damage. Again, the tower's going to do fine. Not sure if that log was a great idea there, but now the Mega Minion never touches the tower, and we've got yet another Furnace going down. 30 seconds to go. It is so close. Technically, we're behind, but now we are ahead. One Fire Spirit and the Miner and the guards also getting there. Suddenly hundreds and hundreds of hit points coming off that tower. Fireball, that damages the Mega Minion. Again, trying to keep that Mega Minion badly damaged every time it comes in. And now we've got a big advantage. But look how far right I set the Inferno Tower. It still grabs the Lava Hound and pulls it all the way off to the other side. The lightning spell isn't going to do it. Time runs out, but again, we are so far ahead in hit points right now. Again, we've pulled the Lava Hound to the center and used both towers to counter the pups. And in the meantime, there it is, the Log and the Miner teaming up, grabbing the overtime win, and another victory over the Lava Hound deck. So let me know what you guys think. Maybe this is no longer my arch nemesis, my kryptonite. Thank you guys so much for watching, sticking around all the way to the end of the video. Hashtag GalaFam, hit that thumbs up button, subscribe for early update and sneak peek information, and I'll see you all back here again tomorrow for more full attacks.
Dom, you've got it wrong. It's not a lava hound. It's an obese bumblebee.